My name is Zane and I specialize in retention-based YouTube editing. I'm excited to be on CapCut's channel to show you how I've been able to create these insanely popular cinematic 3D style videos using the AI features. And let me tell you, it's gotten really good. This is now 4K footage that is non-distinguishable from something made in a 3D software. This style of editing combined with the right storytelling can easily land you millions of views. And all the tools needed to make videos like these are integrated directly inside of CapCut. For those of you who know my work, you know I'm usually handling very complex projects. And there's a lot of debate about complex software versus easier to use software. CapCut has a balance of both a simple interface and powerful tools that can create really complex content. Now let's hop inside CapCut and I'm going to show you the 7 phases I will typically go through when creating videos like this. Phase 1 is creating the project and importing the footage. With CapCut open, I'm going to select Create Project. Now we can drag in our voiceover, or if it's a talking head video, we can drag in our footage just like this. For this example, I'm using both my own footage and voice along with AI generated content. This is also the time where I will start to gather references for the theme and style of my video. Here are some screenshots I've collected. We will be using these shortly. Phase 2 is generating the photos. So we're going to select AI media over here, and then we're going to select AI image. Here we can select the model we want to use. As you can see, we have Seedream 4.5, which is insanely good, and then we have Nano Banana Pro. For this specific use case on 3D models, I've been getting super good results with Nano Banana Pro, especially when you feed it the right references. So I'm going to select Nano Banana Pro. I'm going to select my aspect ratio, which is 16:9. And here's where we can add our reference, so I'm just going to click that and import my reference. This is the reference, by the way. It's just a 3D model of a white mannequin. Now I can simply paste in my prompt. So when you're using Nano Banana Pro, you actually don't have to be that specific when you're prompting your images. I just said something like, generate me a cinematic shot of a guy in a vent. Use the image I provided as a reference for how his face should look. I want you to add white hair on him. I want this to look like it was made in a 3D software. I want a cinematic orange hue with some dust particles. Now we're just going to hit generate and watch it do the magic. Now I'm just going to drag this image onto my timeline. Now before I animate these into videos, I'm going to generate the rest of the images first and place them on my timeline where I want them to be. This is so we can make sure that everything is following the same 3D style before we actually turn them into videos. So typically to make sure they're all the same style, I'll just re-upload this image as my reference. But for the sake of the video, I want to show you another style you can create, and I'm going to be referencing this photo as kind of a low poly figure. So once we have this uploaded, I can write my prompt, create me a cinematic image of 5 people sitting at a table, use my reference photo for how the 3D figures should look. Again, we're just going to hit generate. Phase 3 is animating. So now that we kind of have our storyboard laid out, we're going to select the AI media and then select AI video this time. Again, we can select on models and choose from any of the following. And so in this case, I'm going to use Seedance 1.5 Pro. I can select the duration. I'm going to select 5 seconds, and then the aspect ratio, make sure you select 16:9. We can click this plus button to import our first frame. And so for the prompt, I wrote the camera slowly pans forward. The man very slowly tilts his head looking around. The reason I put the word slowly is so that it doesn't look kind of all natural like a real person. I wanted it to kind of look like someone made it in a 3D software. So now we can simply just select generate. So here's our video right here. And now we can come to the point in the timeline where we want it to happen. And we can just drag this in. So now if we press play, it looks like this. Phase 4 is voice. Now we can dive into the world of AI dialogue. We're going to select AI media and then select AI dialogue scene. So if we select this character here and then select text to speech, as you can see, we have a lot of voices to choose from. And so if you enter some words here and then click on the person, it'll give you a little sample of what it's going to sound like. So I'm just going to select this guy. I'm going to type in what I want him to say. And now I can just hit generate because I don't actually want my characters to be talking. However, if you do want your characters to be talking, you can upload a reference photo here and then describe what you want to happen in the scene. And it will basically animate your photo lip syncing to whatever you wrote here. Phase 5 is enhance quality. So now we have our media here. And because I always upload my videos in 4K, we're going to select our media here and we're going to scroll down until we see enhance quality. I'm going to check this on and then I'm going to select UHD, which is 4K. And then right away, you can see up in the top corner here, it's going to enhance our quality to 4K. Phase 6 is music and sound effects. So now we're going to select audio up here and you can see that we have the option to import our own, or if we select this music tab, we have a lot of tracks to choose from. So I'm going to select classical. So I found one called 4 Seasons, perfect for kind of like a documentary vibe. So now I can click add track, and it will automatically apply to my video here. And then obviously there's a sound effects tab, so we can click on that. And I'm going to search for kind of a mouse click. I'm going to add that in, and I'm going to position it right when this clip starts. So now we get the sound of a mouse click when this comes on. Phase 7, additional assets. So now I need some high-end graphic elements to tie the high-end documentary feel together. And CapCut has an AI design studio built right in. So I'm going to use this chat to generate some high-end editing assets for my documentary. So this could be for like newspapers or documents related to our story. And so with this upload image feature, it's going to be pulling from the same design language as the footage. So I'm going to select upload image, and I'm going to upload an image from one of the images we generated. And so now we have our image uploaded. I'm going to type in my prompt. So I'm just going to write something like, can you generate me a newspaper article featuring this image? So as you can see, it generated me the headline, and then it wrote a few paragraphs on what the article will be about. So once I approved of that, I said, make me a photo of the newspaper with the image I generated, and it generated me our asset. And so now we can simply download this and bring it into our timeline. For a bonus, phase 8 is long videos to short. Now you can see if we select on long video to shorts, we can upload our finished product, we can select the captions we want, and then we can select convert. And so in the matter of seconds, you have a bunch of short form content to post as well. You can really start to see how this will speed up your process when you integrate AI into your workflow. You no longer have to jump between different websites to import and export footage into your timeline. If you want to see more videos on CapCut or want me to try different tools, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next creator in this series sharing their experience.